A mother and her young daughter are killed in a horrific crash on Interstate 5 when their SUV slams into the back of a big rig. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Barbara Lee Edwards.
And I'm Steve Price in tonight for Carla Giacchetto. The CHP says the truck was preparing to pull into a scale when that SUV crashed into it at freeway speed. It
happened just before 9:30 this morning on North Interstate 5, south of the border checkpoint in the San Onofre area. CBS News' Shannon Handy is live in Oceanside tonight with what we're learning about this deadly crash. Shannon?
Barbara Lee and Steve, CHP officials were on the scene for nearly 5 hours today. Now, all lanes did reopen around 2:15 this afternoon. The names of the victims have not been released, but I can confirm that it's a 28-year-old Oceanside woman, and as you guys mentioned, her 4-year-old daughter.
Unfortunately, she did die at the scene, and her little girl also passed away at the scene as well.
The tragic crash involving a 28-year-old Oceanside woman and her 4-year-old daughter brought traffic along I-5 North near Oceanside to a standstill Tuesday.
Only one lane is open at the present time, and unfortunately that means almost a 10-mile backup. A 10-mile backup starts just north of Harbor Drive.
It happened around 9:22 a.m. CHP investigators say the woman was driving her 2007 GMC Yukon in the far right-hand lane near the Border Patrol checkpoint when she slammed into the back of this Rouse truck at full speed. Officers say she likely never saw the truck, which was stopped at the time.
According to the driver, he was waiting to get into the scale facility. However, the officers that were working the enforcement facility said that the facility was shut down and they were trying to get traffic to get flowing again in the area.
Based on evidence collected at the scene, the woman had no time to brake. The damage so significant, emergency crews had to extricate the driver and the little girl who were still strapped in.
The complete driver's side as well as the front passenger side was almost underneath the rear of the big rig.
A Life Flight helicopter did land on the freeway, which shut down all lanes at one point, but neither victim was transported. Investigators stayed on the scene for several hours. They are still gathering more details about what happened. In the meantime, CHP officer Jim Betancourt, who witnessed the aftermath, has offered his thoughts and prayers to the families involved.
It affects us as well as family members, as well as co-workers and everyone else. I mean, we're human beings underneath all this, and, you know, we have families as well, so it really hits us, you know, and it's difficult to purge that sometimes from our memory.
CHP officials tell us at this point they have no witnesses, which is making this investigation very difficult. So they're asking anyone with information to call them here at their Oceanside office. We have that number at the bottom of the screen. It is 760-757-1675. And coming up new at 6:30, I'll tell you how the truck driver is doing and whether or not he's at fault in any way for this tragic crash. Back to you guys.